Okay, so let's do an update on my paddock after the horses have been in here. So they were in here for about 3 weeks, and then took them out for a couple of weeks. I probably went back in for a few days, but they haven't been back in here now for a few weeks. So I've really noticed a change though. But interestingly, look, some probable weeds coming out through the crap. There's one thing that worried me actually. What was going to come up through that crap. The cage is still there on that little bunya which somehow survived everything. Drought. Over there, the Moreton Bay fig's doing well, but yeah, there's not. It looks like they didn't come up this part too much. If they did, they didn't eat too much. It's over here where all the massive changes. So we'll just come down here. Yeah, all of this was long grass. But wait till I get on the other side of that. I just want to go down here and see if this Bailey cypress pine is okay. Because at one stage the cage around it was knocked over. That painting is where I rest the camera trap. Hasn't been here for a little while. This keeps knocking over. Oh, there's the tree, yes. Okay, yeah, so I took it out a while ago. That's right. Yep, I'll just leave it next to it as a marker. Oh, there's a Bailey cypress pine. Now you can see here how much lower all of this grass is. They really go for this soft stuff. It's grown back a little bit since they were in here, but you know, this was all surrounded by long grass. It's doing quite well. The cage hasn't been knocked again, so that's good. But yeah, this was all really long grass through here. They leave this native stuff. It's pretty tough, can't remember what it's called. Yeah, that's all been chewed down. So this is where they spent most of the time, down this end, I think. Well, it's also revealed the lantana. I mean, look, thinning it out's not a bad idea in some respects. I did love it when you had a nice clear path and then nice clear grass on the other side, but actually, I want to check that little hoop pine. But yeah, fire risk and everything. And remember, we had quite a dry spell. It's just started to get wet the last few days. That's awesome. I bought that on the pretext that they thought it was the local brachychiton, is it this colour, the pink one? And they weren't sure, and it's grown so slowly because it was so small, but now that really looks like the rock kind of leaves to that plant. So that's good. And look at this. This is cool. It's a burrowing cockroach. Hello. What's in that bark for? Oh, you're awesome. Look at you. You're cold and sluggish. I'll put him on the grass. So if you want to start burrowing, there you go. Wow, that's awesome. I've seen smaller ones of these under timber when you roll logs and things. I think they're just the tridivores, just eat the rotting wood and stuff. Leave them under there. Wow. Okay. So please tell me it hasn't been trodden on, and it hasn't. I really should put a cage around it. There we go. Little hoop pine. Hopefully you're watching this video in 100 years time in 2125. And that thing is all the way up to there. But yeah, this part over here is where I was really worried. Yeah, I hope the cockroach will be alright. Mind you, if we found him over there, he's obviously, that's his habitat or area. He can move around and find some better rotting wood if he wants. Yeah, so all of this is what used to be really long. And I was worried they were going to eat some of the leaves off various trees that are important. Like this one here. This is the big Illawarra flame tree, the bed brachychiton. Let's take that out. and it's all quite healthy. You can see, yeah, and you know, with a little bit more regrowth, since the horses have been in here, it doesn't look quite as trampled, and with the rain as well. But yeah, their hoofs do so much damage. That's one of the black beans. There should be two. There's the other one. Yep, I'm very thrilled they've survived. First thing they do when you plant them is shed every leaf. Yeah, and this is the bunya from my cousin. See, this used to be hard to get to because all of this was long grass. It was this stuff all really long. Having a bit of a growth spurt now, that's great. And there was the carry pine I planted. I think this is one. I can't remember how many I planted. Well, that's definitely one. With Max, the woofer we had staying with us. It's featured in another video. Wow, this is growing. This is see, I can get to some of these things. That's a Moreton Bay fig. But I thought there was another carry over here. Or did I only plant two of them? I can't remember. But that's part of what I wanted to do, is just plant so many things here I forget them. Didn't want to keep a record, I just wanted to be focused more on just planting lots of stuff. Sure, I planted something down around here. But anyway, yeah, being able to walk to, oh, here we are. Yay. Oh, look at that, lovely soft new growth. That's wonderful. As long as a possum doesn't come and eat it or anything. Well, see, that's another tree when you watch this video in 100 years time. That might be massive up there too. Yeah, that's really, when you call that a scar, look at that. I've never actually thought or noticed that. I've been too busy thinking about the yellow-tailed black cockatoos that excavate up there. That must be a scar from Aboriginal people when this tree was a lot smaller. Wow. That's very significant. I'll have to try and find out more about that. Yeah, so anyway, just look, all of this is so much shorter over here too. So it looks like all the trees I wanted to survive have. They've left the things I've planted. Nothing so far appears to have been trampled, even though their hoofs do a fair bit of damage. You can see there's a grevillea that I planted. I cheated by putting in a few kind of things to attract birds. More lantana, easy to see and pull out. There was another cage down here. See, normally I wouldn't walk through any of this because it'd be too thick. Yeah, I have that. Is that a moonlight grevillea down there? It's doing alright. And here's another one. See, these are all going okay. There was like a white moonlight one somewhere. Is this it? Can't remember. Yeah, no, that's something else. What's that? I don't know, but that's the point. I don't want to know. Another one of the koala trees. This one's doing really well. Wow. Outgrew its base really nicely. So I've got about half a dozen from Chris Mybush and the Save Mount Lofty koala planting funding that they got recently. Oh, a year or two ago they gave me a whole lot of trees. That was only probably barely over the size of the guard there. So it's growing quite nicely. It'll be one of the better ones. Okay, now there was one other carry up in the corner here. Yeah, see, normally I'd never walk through all of this. So I'm not mad about getting the horses in here again anytime soon. And I'd love to see this recover and not look like it had been chewed down by them. But they have performed an important service. So, yeah, it's just this, you see it on the dry, dusty days more than a wet day. after a bit of regrowth, but just the damage from the horse is amazing. So up here, it's another cowrie, and I did plant a series of trees through here, 3 of them, which again we've got better access to because of everything that's been chewed down. Look at this. Oh man, was this macadamia or something? I can't remember. I don't think it is. This similar leaves, but sharp edges, spiky edges. Anyway, I can't remember. That's growing well. And here it is, up here. So we'll just see what kind of weeds come up out of the droppings. That's a worry. Yes. Yeah, this one's not doing as well as the other ones, but still okay. Bit of new growth coming through there, but no brand soft new leaves. But it's a bit of a more exposed spot here, so it would have struggled a bit more in that dry spell we had. A bit more open. But I put it here thinking to get some shade. So anyway, there we go. And on the topic of getting rid of fire risk, you know, cutting down that wood's part of my plan as well. We've got rid of some of it, a lot more to go yet. So anyway, that's it. Bit of a wrap up on the paddock, how it's going. Yeah, I would say it was kind of successful with the horses, but I'm not rushing to do it again, but they've done the job with, looks like, minimal damage otherwise. So there we go. Now let's let it all grow back. Thanks, see ya. And I guess there are winners and losers whenever you modify habitat. The magpies will be enjoying a bit more open access and ground to forage on. And there's now going into the horse paddock. Yeah, and this, by the way, is where I want to put my little dam, and they've really cleared this area right up for us. The dam idea is on hold because I've had to, money I was going to put into it I had to use towards getting the car, which I put a spider with. So unfortunately, maybe my next tax return. But yeah, this little area here, and then the bird hide. But all of this was surrounded by grass. It was like knee high or something. So it's very, very different now. But it'll come back.